Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 Origin Continent based on novel. So let's start. Luo Feng leisurely walked out of the grand primordial hall, strolling through the primordial city. Observing the cave mansions with various cultural styles, and the cultivators with diverse appearances, most of these cultivators resembled human forms, yet largely retained some racial traits, with some even presenting in their original racial forms. Cultivators emerging from numerous source worlds and countless universes have actions and words imbued with the breath of different civilizations. But they all share a common trait, which is, they are all lives within the braided cage. Currently, in Luo Feng's heart, the half-primordial life and death path has emerged, lacking just a hint of inner touch. Along with his study of many low-level primordial bloodlines, and some high-level primordial bloodlines, Luo Feng's understanding of these innate primordial lives has also deepened significantly. The difference between inside the braided cage and outside is like my homeland, Earth once described, the difference between low dimensions and high dimensions. Luo Feng felt this explanation was rather accurate. Within the braided cage, the half-primordial life and death path is already perfected. Advancing further is impossible. Yet jumping out of the braided cage feels like entering a higher dimension. The life and death path can be greatly expanded, its richness can be increased countless times. The half-primordial life and death path is like a drawn person, very exquisite, but the pixels are limited. The life and death Tao at the primordial level is the physical body in reality. They are truly worlds apart. The more I know, the more I understand the vast gap between the half-primordial path and the primordial level path. Luo Feng frowned, but legend says that a cultivator might hope to ascend in one leap, directly comprehending the primordial level path from the half-primordial level, breaking laws with force. This is a legend among the cultivators, and the most sought-after desire of countless enlightened ones. Yet for bloodline cultivators, achieving the ultimate awakening into high-level primordial life is extremely rare. As for ascending in one leap, comprehending the primordial level path, breaking laws with force, it only exists in legends. If the intricacy of the half-primordial path is 1 unit, the primordial level path, at least 1,000,000 times, even 1,000,000,000 times more. I've endured so much hardship cultivating the half-primordial life and death path, and still lack that hint of inner touch. How can I ascend in one leap, and directly comprehend the primordial level path? Luo Feng looked up at the sky. The biomimetic eye of destruction on his brow has become increasingly intricate, able to peer through the membrane wall of the dark sacred realm, and glimpse some of the reality of the infinite primordial space. The half-primordial life and death path is within reach. Luo Feng can foresee that it won't hinder him much longer. But what about the next step? Take one step at a time, walk steadily. Luo Feng thought as he reached the cave mansions of Bo Xiu, Bai Yin, and Kaizhen. Bo Xiu and the others sensed Luo Feng approaching through causality, and immediately came outside to greet him. Congratulations, brother Luo Feng, Bo Xiu said with a smile, after 4,300 eras, you've finally emerged. Luo Feng smiled. During these 4,300 eras, the only time Luo Feng ventured out was when accepting hefty compensation from the secret ruins Divine Emperor. The rest was all focused on cultivation. They led Luo Feng into the cave mansion. The 4 of them sat separately. Kaizhen said, Brother Luo Feng, during these 4,300 eras, cultivators from various places have rushed to the primordial city, hoping to meet Brother Luo Feng, all seeking some guidance. After reaching the half-primordial realm, there's a sense of no further path, Bo Xiu sighed. Many cultivators wish for a bit of guidance from an invincible existence. Luo Feng nodded. He could see the path ahead, but knowing the path ahead is countless times more challenging than the half-primordial life and death path. Dragon 9 Daoist Monarch and Divine Emperor Ji Ku also wished to meet Brother Luo Feng, Bai Yin Divine Emperor said. Oh? Them? Luo Feng was indeed interested. The depth of their realm might offer him some insight. By the way, I asked you to gather life and death secret treasures earlier. Luo Feng inquired. Bo Xiu, Bai Yin, and Kaijin exchanged glances. We spread the word that Brother Luo Feng intends to acquire some life and death secret treasures, Bo Xiu explained. With Brother Luo Feng's current fame, many cultivators willing to sell secret treasures are numerous, making it hard to choose the top 5. So we decided to wait for Brother Luo Feng to select personally after emerging. All right. Luo Feng nodded. Then, you select the best 20 items first, and invite those cultivators over. I'll personally choose a few needed ones. Bo Xiu, Bai Yin, and Kaijin understood. I'll pass the word to those 20 cultivators, Bo Xiu said. He, as a cultivator of the true witch lineage, possessed keen insight. With him selecting, Luo Feng was reassured. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Luo Feng Divine Emperor emerged from the cave mansion. He went to Bo Xiu Divine Emperor's cave mansion. I can pinpoint his location. In Primordial City, figures like Feng Qiao City Lord and other divine emperors had seen Luo Feng, able to sense Luo Feng's location at this moment through causality, when Luo Feng didn't deliberately conceal it. In an instant, numerous cultivators rushed towards Bo Xiu Divine Emperor's cave mansion. Finally emerged. Dragon 9 Daoist Monarch and Divine Emperor Ji Ku got the news and also rushed over. They wanted to meet this Luo Feng Divine Emperor. Everyone, please take a rest in the garden for now. Luo Feng Divine Emperor needs to see other guests first. Bo Xiu, Bai Yin, and Kaijin all dispatched avatars to personally receive these visitors. No choice, there were too many visitors. They were too powerful. Apart from Dragon 9 Daoist Monarch and Divine Emperor Ji Ku, over 300 peak-level existences had arrived. Moreover, many half-primordial enlightened ones, half-primordial bloodline cultivators, have gathered tens of thousands of cultivators, still increasing with time. Bo Xiu and the others needed to make proper arrangements first. Luo Feng Divine Emperor promised, he will definitely see everyone today, Bo Xiu said. No hurry. We waited for 4,300 eras, we have enough patience. Each cultivator was very polite, the temperament of an invincible existence unknown, angering Luo Feng might cause him to leave directly. Meeting him again would be challenging. Deep within the cave mansion, Luo Feng first summoned 20 cultivators. Their powers varied, with the highest reaching peak level, and the lowest at late-stage Divine Emperor Enlightened Realm. Please take out the secret treasures. If I wish to purchase them, I'll offer a suitable price. You can choose whether to sell or not, Luo Feng said with a smile. I am willing to gift the secret treasure to Luo Feng Divine Emperor, one cultivator said. I am also willing to gift. I am willing to. One by one, the cultivators spoke up. The so-called gift actually meant that Luo Feng was incurring a debt of causality. If Luo Feng cared particularly about causality, he would undoubtedly pay it back in the future. As Luo Feng's strength grew, the value of this causality would rise even higher. Cultivators who could reach the dark sacred realm were not foolish. They all knew that gifting was the most profitable. No need. Luo Feng gently shook his head. I will offer a suitable price. At his current level, these life and death secret treasures were merely to broaden his horizons and aid his cultivation. Their importance was not that great anymore. Want to gift it? Luo Feng would no longer accept gifts lightly. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring out your secret treasures for display. said Bo Xiu Divine Emperor, who stood beside him. The 20 cultivators, knowing that gifting was not possible, had no choice but to display their treasures one by one. Luo Feng glanced over them. His accumulation in life and death was so profound that he instantly determined the value of these 20 life and death secret treasures. They are all either secret treasures refined by beings that broke out of the braided cage, or innate secret treasures, Luo Feng thought, varying greatly in value. I'll take these 9. Luo Feng selected 9 of them and offered prices for each. As per the usual rules, the prices were twice the normal level in the dark sacred realm. For Luo Feng, these primordial crystals were already insignificant. Luo Feng Divine Emperor is indeed generous. The cultivators, who couldn't gift their treasures, looked pleased upon hearing Luo Feng's offer. Selling at double the price was already very valuable. We agree to sell. 8 of the 9 secret treasure owners agreed to sell, but one cultivator hesitated. Chanfu God Emperor, Luo Feng Divine Emperor, has offered you 500 billion primordial crystals for your treasure, which is more than enough. Bo Xiu spoke up. What are you hesitating for? Trading is a free choice, Luo Feng smiled and said, not minding much. My treasure is an innate secret treasure nurtured within a world-level primordial life corpse, exquisitely mysterious, and I believe it's worth 1 trillion primordial crystals. Chanfu God Emperor looked at Luo Feng. Chanfu God Emperor was a half-primordial enlightened. Excluding this innate secret treasure from his home world's source world, his entire accumulation over endless years was just a few 100 billion primordial crystals. This time, he had thought it through. Either gift it, or seize the opportunity to earn a substantial amount of resources. 1 trillion primordial crystals. Bo Xiu, Bai Yin, Kaizhen, and other cultivators were a bit taken aback. Was he bold enough to quote such a high price? Chanfu God Emperor, however, was somewhat confident, coming from the source world, with an avatar, not too afraid. I heard that the secret ruins Divine Emperor compensated with 7,500 billion primordial crystals. For this Luo Feng Divine Emperor, 1 trillion primordial crystals is just a fraction. My innate secret treasure must be highly alluring to the right cultivator, Chanfu God Emperor thought. Luo Feng glanced at the golden bone stick in Chanfu God Emperor's hand. See a th.novel.ia.net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. The golden bone stick, combining the mysteries of life and death, was far superior to the palm world. With one swing, it could determine life and death. Then it's these 8, Luo Feng gestured, and 8 storage bracelets flew to the cultivators, containing primordial crystals at the agreed price, which the 8 cultivators joyously accepted. Thank you, Luo Feng Divine Emperor. They were all very satisfied. Chanfu God Emperor frowned slightly upon seeing this. Did Luo Feng Divine Emperor decide not to buy it just for an extra 500 billion primordial crystals? Bo Xiu, see the guests out. Luo Feng instructed. Please. Bo Xiu Divine Emperor immediately saw the cultivators off, leaving Chanfu God Emperor with dissatisfaction. Luo Feng wouldn't accept a gift nor acknowledge a trillion offer. He had to leave with his treasure. Luo Feng Divine Emperor, could you give us some guidance? One cultivator eagerly asked. There are already tens of thousands of cultivators gathered outside. I will meet with all cultivators today, and discuss publicly at that time, Luo Feng said. The cultivators then smiled in delight and obediently left. The outer garden swelled as tens of thousands of cultivators gathered, still increasing in number. The 20 cultivators selling treasures also arrived here. Chanfu God Emperor, you're too greedy. Luo Feng Divine Emperor is an invincible entity. Do you think he really cares about your treasure? Some cultivators mocked. The news of this transaction quickly spread among the cultivators, and Chanfu God Emperor felt something was amiss as he listened to the discussions around him. Bang! Suddenly, a slap landed on Chanfu God Emperor's shoulder, engulfing his entire body in terrifying power. Chanfu God Emperor turned his head and saw an elder, dirty and disheveled, with bloodshot eyes brimming with a sinister madness. The elder snickered at Chanfu God Emperor. Jiku God Emperor. Chanfu God Emperor's heart trembled. Who didn't know that Jiku God Emperor was unpredictably insane? Which treasure were you selling to Luo Feng Divine Emperor? Jiku God Emperor asked. It's this one. Chanfu God Emperor sensed the dangerous and sinister presence of Jiku God Emperor, and obediently took out the golden bone stick. Now it's mine. Jiku God Emperor grabbed it. Chanfu God Emperor didn't dare to resist, watching as Jiku God Emperor took the golden bone stick without even giving a single primordial crystal in return. Visiting Luo Feng Divine Emperor, and I just needed a gift, Jiku God Emperor grinned. Chanfu God Emperor didn't dare to say a word at this moment. Dragon 9 Daoist Monarch, Jiku God Emperor, Bo Xiu called from afar, Luo Feng Divine Emperor summons both of you. Dragon 9 Daoist Monarch, and Jiku God Emperor, immediately followed Bo Xiu inside to visit Luo Feng first. Dragon 9 Daoist Monarch, and Jiku God Emperor, are indeed different, being summoned first. After all, they both have deeper accumulations than us. Some pinnacle beings remarked. Among the cultivators, two very inconspicuous and weak ones, Primogenitor Yang Feng and Thunder Ancestor, were in the scene's lower echelon. Luo Feng should know we've arrived, but hasn't summoned us. Primogenitor Yang Feng and Thunder Ancestor exchanged a glance, knowing that in previous ages, their relationship with Luo Feng was still too shallow. Unexpectedly encountered that madman, Divine Emperor Jiku. Chanfu God Emperor felt rather aggrieved. Facing Luo Feng spoke of trade and freedom. The saying goes, riches are sought amidst danger. Since it's impossible to acquire a share of causality for free, he tried selling it for a high price. Unfortunately, he gambled and lost. After losing the gamble, he also ran into the eccentric Divine Emperor Jiku. Divine Emperor Jiku acts without any restrictions, mad and eccentric. Apart from the actions like Great Massacre, that provoke public anger, he does whatever he pleases otherwise. Chanfu God Emperor knew clearly that if he had the slightest resistance, Divine Emperor Jiku might crush him. Within the city, killing is prohibited. But this rule isn't set by Senior Yuan and the others, it's autonomously established by the cultivators themselves. Regardless of the 35 cities in the 9 Rivers Sacred Realm, or the 5 cities in the Dark Sacred Realm, how to manage the cultivators is up to them. So some of the highest beings occasionally violate this rule, and no one dares to speak up. Just one statement from Luo Feng frightened the 15 from Secret Ruins Divine Emperor's group to obediently compensate 75 trillion primordial crystals. When Divine Emperor Jiku took action, Chanfu God Emperor dared not resist in the slightest. This Chanfu God Emperor truly is a joke. Tried selling at a high price, but got robbed by Divine Emperor Jiku instead, ha ha. Who told him to be so greedy? The surrounding cultivators chatted, all treating Chanfu God Emperor as a laughing stock. Chanfu God Emperor stood there expressionlessly, feeling embarrassed despite it, but he still didn't want to miss Luo Feng's public teaching this time. He too had reached the half-primordial level as the enlightened. This public teaching is a rare opportunity not to be missed. Perhaps I can use this opportunity to escape the braided cage. Chanfu God Emperor ignored the surrounding mockery, patiently waiting. Every existence that has reached the half-primordial level yearns to escape the braided cage. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Greetings to Luo Feng Divine Emperor. Dragon 9 Daoist Monarch and Divine Emperor Jiku saluted, At this moment Divine Emperor Jiku seemed not at all mad. With clean hair and robe, even his aura became calm and restrained. He was refining the world-level primordial bloodline, and actually remained clear-minded all along. It's just that he usually indulged in chaos, proactively venting emotions, even seeking large groups of low-level primordial life to slaughter. Suppressing them, even slightly venting, can stabilize control over oneself. Please have a seat, both of you, Luo Feng said politely. These two were stronger than other pinnacle existences, by a long margin, each having their own extraordinary traits. Luo Feng Divine Emperor, this is a life and death secret treasure I acquired casually. It's a gift for our first meeting. As Divine Emperor Jiku spoke, he flipped his hand, and the golden bone stick flew out from his hand. Luo Feng recognized it at once as the secret treasure from before. Luo Feng Divine Emperor, don't mind. In the dark divine realm, it's natural for cultivators to battle and plunder each other. Divine Emperor Jiku smiled without any evil aura. I took this from Chanfu God Emperor, it's our causality. With my status, merely taking one treasure from him is his honor. Luo Feng took the golden bone stick before him, laughing. Divine Emperor Jiku acts truly straightforward. Those innate primordial life acts even more wildly and frenziedly. Divine Emperor Jiku sighed, choosing to refine the bloodline. One's temperament must also align with the bloodline. The path of the bloodline is not easy, Dragon 9 Daoist monarch said beside them. Choosing this path, naturally, no regrets. Divine Emperor Jiku looked at Luo Feng. Luo Feng Divine Emperor, could we spar? Let me see just how formidable the invincible level is. Perhaps I'll be able to uncover more potential in the primordial bloodline through this. Battles can uncover the potential of the primordial bloodline. Luo Feng understood, smiled, all right, I'll accompany you in trying. Dragon 9 Daoist monarch, Bo Xiu, Bai Yin, and Kaijin watched with great interest. The two about to engage both are quite special. One is cultivating the primordial bloodline, specifically the world-level primordial bloodline. The other, already an invincible existence. In the distance, Luo Feng and Divine Emperor Jiku stood facing each other. Brother Luo Feng, please control the powers, don't destroy my cave mansion. Bo Xiu laughed. This is the cave mansion where the three typically reside, unable to withstand Luo Feng and their unrestrained moves. Rest assured. Luo Feng smiled slightly, and suddenly an endless blood sea appeared out of thin air around them, instantly covering half the garden, including Divine Emperor Jiku. The sea water rolled and wrapped, like the shape of an egg, layer after layer, without any power leaking out. The watching Dragon 9 Daoist monarch was somewhat alarmed. What a terrifying Luo Feng. Dragon 9 Daoist monarch was somewhat proud inside. Firstly, he had long since jumped out from the braided cage with his spiritual will. Also considered an invincible existence. Secondly, he is even a master of the source world candidate. When dealing with Luo Feng and Divine Emperor Jiku, there's a certain sense of superiority inside. This blood-colored sea water, though seeming suppressed in power, I can sense its strength, at least 100 times mine. Dragon 9 Daoist monarch was alarmed. Even if I exert mental pressure on Luo Feng, making him only exert 2 or 3 parts of his strength, he could still easily destroy me. How can he be so strong? Under the braided cage, being this strong. Dragon 9 Daoist monarch watched. Luo Feng Divine Emperor is truly impressive. Ha ha ha, please take me on. Divine Emperor Jiku felt the terrifying power of the endless blood sea firsthand, this power being so strong it even stirred a sense of despair within him. The gap is too big, fundamentally unattainable to fight. But the greater the disparity, the stronger Divine Emperor Jiku's inner frenzy becomes. He does not restrain his bloodline will at all, rather, he merges with it completely, letting himself explode without restraint. Boom. Divine Emperor Ji-Ku, barehanded, caused continuous explosions within the endless blood sea. This video will end here.